morning. I'm Amar Singh Pradhan. Let's begin with the top stories this hour. Parliamentary committees still left poorly managed. Most of the committees lack facilities to archive meeting information. Students' interest in pursuing engineering education on the decline. More than 50% seats vacant in colleges across the country. Turkey shares recordings related to the murder of Saudi journalist and writer Jamal Khashoggi with the US, the UK, Saudi Arabia and others. And Nepalese women football team taking on Myanmar today under the Olympic qualifiers. A must-win to consolidate chances to advance to the next round. The activities of both House of Representatives and National Assembly are archived in written form. The activities of the parliamentary committees, also considered as mini parliament, however, are not recorded. This has led to inability in retrieving the information on serious issues discussed in the committees when needed in the future. It has been already around 3 months since the parliamentary committees came into operation. However, the government has failed to properly manage the committees as of yet. Among the 14 thematic committees of both the houses and 2 joint committees, a majority of them do not have recording facilities. Not even a microphone has been installed in the offices of the committees of the National Assembly. There should have been a proper mechanism in place to archive all the discussions in the committee meetings, decisions along with comments and suggestions made by lawmakers and experts. The parliamentary regulation also has provisioned easy access of information to the public about the committee's meetings and decisions. Moreover, such an archive is also essential during legal prosecutions over the disputes and the decisions related to constitutional and legal provisions. Experts are of the view that continuing indifference towards such a serious issue in the pretext of inadequate budget is surprising. Archives on parliamentary discussions are also historical documents. Failure to record the discussion held on the legal aspects and policies that have both short and long-term effects is a blatant negligence on the part of the concerned authority. And moving on, majority of school-going students still want to become doctors or engineers when asked about their future ambitions. Parents belonging to middle-class families also prefer their children to adopt these professions. However, surprisingly, the engineering colleges have started having a hard time getting students in recent times. As many as 55% of the seats in engineering colleges in the country are empty due to shortage of students. This clearly indicates the steady decline of interest among students in pursuing a career in engineering. There used to be a time when it required political affiliation or connection with high-ranking officials merely to get admission in renowned engineering colleges. However, the situation is completely different this time around. The factors like haphazard affiliation, outdated curriculum, expensive fee structures, and lack of decent employment opportunity after study are attributed for this. Experts say that the government should pay serious heed over the students' decline in interest towards the institutions meant for producing technical human resources for the country's development. Welcome back. It has been revealed that risk of accidents have increased because of the decorative items kept near and around the front glass of heavy vehicles like trucks and tippers. These items kept against the rules are found to deplete the vision of the drivers. A transparent glass is placed in the front of section of the vehicle to facilitate the driver's vision. However, vehicle owners and drivers are found of placing decorative items in the front section. Drivers themselves accept the fact that such decorative items deplete their vision. Experienced drivers also attribute these decorative items as one of the reasons for accidents. Traffic police have said that actions would be taken against those who keep such items that block the view of the drivers. Reasons of accidents at highways have not been analyzed much. Accidents at highways are increasing as adequate interest has not been paid towards reducing such mishaps, while compensations are paid to the victims through insurance companies. It is imperative for the drivers, transport officials, passengers and traffic police to join hands in reducing such accidents. It was the 104th birth anniversary of late Ganesh Man Singh yesterday, the commander of 1990s Popular Democratic Uprising. The late leader had refused the proposal for premiership after the success of the movement, although he fought for democracy for the most of his life. He never budged from his view that politics is not a platform to acquire power and privileges, but purely to serve the people. And in this context, we had asked the participants of a program held on the occasion of late leader's birth anniversary yesterday, what should the current leaders learn from the political integrity and commitment of Ganesh Man Singh? Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice.
राजाले बोलाएर सफल जनआन्दोलन कमान्डरलाई प्रधानमन्त्री लिनुहोस् भन्दा म प्रधानमन्त्री लिन्न मेरो साथीलाई बनाउनुहोस् भनेर योग्य मान्छे कृष्णप्रसाद भट्टराईलाई बनाउनु भयो, जसले संविधान पनि दिनु भएको थियो।
सुरुदेखिकै कमान्डर भएर चाहिँ उहाँले गर्नुभएको योगदानको त्यो सिकोलाई चाहिँ नि सिक्नुपर्ने हुन्छ अहिले आउने जेनेरेसनहरुले।
राष्ट्र र पार्टीका लागि जुन हिसाबले अगाडि बढ्नु भएको थियो, अहिलेको पुस्ता पनि राष्ट्र र पार्टीका लागि त्यो कुरा मात्रै अवलम्बन गर्ने हो भने राष्ट्र र पार्टी धेरै अगाडि पुग्छ।
जुन उहाँले एउटा त्याग देखाउनु भयो नि, त्यो नै सबैभन्दा ठुलो। आज एउटा सानो एउटा मन्त्रीको लागि पनि कस्तो भइरहेछ तपाईले देख्नु भएको छ नि, सबै साम दाम दण्डभेटका कुराहरू भइरहेको छ नि यो मुलुकमा। तर गणेश मान सिंहबाट त्यो कुरा सबैले सिक्नुपर्छ।
राष्ट्रको एउटा प्रधानमन्त्री जस्तो पदलाई उहाँले त्याग गर्नुभएको छ, उहाँले यस्तो देखाउनु भएको छ, त्यो पाठ सिकेर नै अरू नेताहरूले अगाडि बढ्नुपर्ने थियो, तर भएको छैन, चित्त बुझेको छैन हामीलाई पनि।
And it's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where it texts us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why do hospitals still lack the services that are promised to be provided for free by the government? Your options are A, unprepared announcement, B, intention to advantage private hospitals, and C, indifference towards patients. The voting for the question is on. Type NAW, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And now time for sports update.
Sports news.
The Nepalese women football team is taking on Myanmar today in the second group match under the Tokyo 2020 Olympic qualifiers. The match is slated at 5:15 kickoff in the evening in Myanmar Yangon's Thuwana Stadium. Nepal, which is in Group C, had stopped arch rivals India with 1-1 stalemate following an impressive performance in the first match of the qualifiers. It is a must-win match for Nepal to consolidate its chances to advance to the second round. Myanmar is so far the strongest team in the group by securing a comfortable 5-0 win against Bangladesh in the first match. This is the first time that Nepal and Myanmar are contesting in women's football. Myanmar is currently at the top with 3 points, followed by Nepal and India in the second and third positions. Another qualifying match between India and Bangladesh is also slated for today. Tottenham chalked out a hard-fought 1-0 win over Crystal Palace in the English Premier League match played last night. Following a goalless first half in the match played at the home ground of Crystal Palace, Hua Foyth put Tottenham ahead in the 66th minute. Prior to taking the lead, the Spurs were guilty of wasting a number of opportunities. The 20-year-old Foyth was playing his second match of the English Premier League. The Spurs are now in the 4th place in the EPL table, collecting 27 points from 12 matches. In other matches played last night, Cardiff came from behind to register a 2-1 win over Brighton. Newcastle also registered an identical 2-1 win over Bournemouth. Leicester and Burnley played a goalless stalemate, while Huddersfield and West Ham were locked in a 1-1 draw. Southampton and Watford also played a 1-1 stalemate. England and Sri Lanka shared a point each at the Women's World T20 after the match was abandoned due to rain. The Group A match, which was scheduled to be played yesterday at the Darren Sammy National Cricket Stadium in St. Lucia, had to be abandoned without even a ball being bowled due to continuous rainfall. Former T20 World Cup champions England will play their second match of the tournament against Bangladesh tomorrow, while Sri Lanka will also face South Africa tomorrow. Meanwhile, today's Group B match of the Women's World T20 features a clash between rivals India and Pakistan, which kicks off at 8:45 tonight. Likewise, Australia will face Ireland today in another match of the tournament. And before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories one more time. Parliamentary committees are still left poorly managed. Most of the committees lack facilities to archive meeting information. Students' interest in pursuing engineering education on the decline. More than 50% seats vacant in colleges across the country. Turkey shares recording related to the murder of Saudi journalist and writer Jamal Khashoggi with the US, the UK, Saudi Arabia and others. And Nepalese women football team taking on Myanmar today under the Olympic qualifiers. A must-win to consolidate chances to advance further. And those were our latest headlines. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTVSD. Good day.